real quick so everybody knows their boards here. If you have any questions about anything after, please feel free to come see any of us and we can help you. So without any further ado, we are going to get this party started. And today we are so pleased to be presenting collaborative strategies addressing the community safety concerns. We're going to be working on data, discussions, and direction. And our guests today are Dr. Jessie Jones. She's the Executive Director of the Center for Healthy Neighborhoods. We also have Ms. Amy Santos. She's the Program Director for the Center of Healthy Neighborhoods. And we also have Igles Nucci, who is the Resident Leader for the Center for Healthy Neighborhoods. So who's talking first? You are, Jessie. Okay, so here we go. Ms. Jessie Jones, please welcome her.
So good to see many of you. I haven't seen in person for a couple of years by now. I'm really excited to have our resident leaders from the Center for Healthy Neighborhoods talk to you about what they've been doing for the last few years. It's under a grant from St. Joseph Community Funds, which is called a Community Building Initiative. For a couple of years, the resident leaders have been meeting with residents around Richmond Park area. So it's the Richmond neighborhood, not too far from here. And what they've been doing is going out to the community, meeting with small groups, focus groups, and door to door to get information about what was their highest priority to work on as far as improving their community. And they voted on safety. As many of you know, crime rates are increasing all over Fullerton, especially in the lower income areas. So I'm going to turn the floor
por ayudarnos en esta encuesta a los líderes, tanto al centro comunitario, muchas gracias, a todos los que, las líderes que caminaron, a la doctora Jessie Jones, a Amy, a Igles especialmente, porque nunca nos dejó solos. Todo el tiempo estuvo con cada uno de los grupos y eso fue muy esencial para darnos fuerzas a seguir adelante y ver qué podemos hacer para sacar a nuestros niños adelante.
Okay, Veronica is very grateful to the center, to Dr. Jones, Amy, and to me, because I work with all the teams because it's very important to be always with them for the safety reasons. And personally, I would like to tell you that I got a perfect 10 and I lost 7 pounds. Walking, you know, our wonderful Fullerton with all our families. And it was a great experience to empower these wonderful women. It's okay, because then we're gonna go back to the presentation. Verónica Segura, please.
Sí, buenas tardes, mi nombre es Verónica Segura y soy una líder de Richmond. Y voy a dar un pequeño resumen de las encuestas que tuvimos acerca de las encuestas de la comunidad, que he visto a lo largo de los años que las personas tienen miedo de reportar por el idioma, porque tienen miedo de que les tomen represalias a su persona, a su familia. Y muchos han sufrido robos en los últimos meses. En mi comunidad aún tienen mucho temor de reportar a la policía. No les da la solución a este problema, pero nosotros sabemos que la falta de presupuesto al personal de policía es preocupante. Muchas gracias.
Okay, thank you, Veronica. Hello, good afternoon. My name is Veronica Segura. I'm a leader of Richmond, and I want to say what is my point of view, what I got from doing this survey, is that our community is very fearful to reporting because of the language barrier, because they are very scared or fearful or they have something done to their families, and they understand, she understands that a lot of our families told her they've been victims of auto theft and theft, and they don't want to report because they are very fearful, and they don't want to report to the police department. That we understand that the police department don't have enough budget, don't have enough staff, and that is a very worry situation for the community, and we need to do something about that. Thank you so much. Thank you, Veronica. I think here we are. Thank you for the technology. Okay, and now here we have, you see, this is everything that our community leaders have been done in all these years. Everything that is a problem, they are always eager to participate and make a change. And that is that we have to motivate our community. And here we see our center choose to work in neighborhood safety. Our goal is to reduce and prevent the crime. And here you can see when we have a walk with the police department, the situation was that several of our families, they were victims of hate crime. People stand in front of their house and they shadow them, Mexicans go home. And they do it over and over, and they want to move from our community. And that was one of the situations that you bring us together to show that Fullerton, we are a city of love, the integration. And not because of some people, we're gonna think that is all our community is like that. And you know what? We have over 300 people coming to our work and supporting what is Fullerton about, a city of love and unity. And safety, we always, you see, if we are supporting, if you see something, say something, because that is so important. People reporting and getting the data that is gonna show the needs in our neighborhoods. And we are so grateful for our police department, for our councilmen, and for all the organizations that came in support in love and showing what we are about in Fullerton, a united community. Thank you. And here we have the data collection, 26 leaders participate, they got 263 interviews in the Richmond area. It was very hard, but it was done with a lot of love and a lot of support. Some of them, they even bring their kids with us, and they were working in that heat because you know what, we all believe in a change and we can achieve it together. Thank you. In our survey, the major results, we have 83% of the Richmond community do not feel safe. And 30% have seen or experienced some type of theft, out of home, they vandalize their garage. 48% have seen or experienced crime related to gang activity. 78 have seen or experienced crime by the homeless, especially at Richmond Park. And we have now major reasons for feeling unsafe. And this, I'm gonna give the microphone to our beautiful Blanquita Hernandez. Please, Blanquita, come and tell us about this important because she was very involved in the survey. Thank you, Blanquita.
Good afternoon. I'm Blanca Hernandez, leader of the Richmond community. What has the most impacted me about doing these surveys in the Richmond community is the unsafety we have in the restrooms, in the park, and the behavior of so many indigent people around the park, because we don't feel secure, because it is very dark, dirty, and we are concerned about the behavior of the homeless. Thank you, the center and Dr. Jesse Jones, Amy, Lilia, and our leader, Egli Nunzi, for all your support. And to you, Colorative, and I'm sure they will be help us.
Okay, thank you, Blanquita. This is the first time she's speaking public. Give a applause to Blanquita. We practiced for a whole week. You see, and you did great, Blanquita. We're so proud of you. Okay, and then like you see, we have the major reason for feeling unsafe, aggressive behavior, and substance misuse by homeless, especially at Richmond Park, 81%. For poor maintenance of public spaces, bathrooms at park, and trash littering, 81%. Vandalism, graffiti, 79%. Insufficient park, 78%. For lighting, 76. Traffic issues and speeding, 62. Disorderly conduct, 59, and disorderly conduct by youth, 65%. Gang activity, 54%. Theft auto, 43. Garage, home theft, 33%. And these are very sad statistics that we're seeing in our neighborhood. These are numbers that are coming from our community and what they're going through every day. Sending their kids to school, not going at, you see at night to do grocery shopping because they're so fearful to come back home and be something happen to them. And this is something that we all can work together, and like Blanquita said, all of you, they're part of this collaborative we can achieve.
Thank you.
Okay, and now we have many residents do not report crime because of fear of retaliation, language barriers, don't know how, or they think the police will not respond. 41% of residents never report experience or seeing crime. 21 sometimes report experiencing or seeing crimes, and only 5% report always report experiencing or seeing crime. This shows you that our community do not report. Individual interviews, we aid Fullerton Police Department, which was a great, you see, a great view, because sometimes we ask the residents, but what about our police officers, what they're going through? And we want their point of view, because we have to work together, and for do that, we have to understand each other and respect each other's work. And now we have our leader, Blanca Hernandez, Blanquita, which she was practicing a lot to present to all of you.
Good afternoon, my name is Blanca Hernandez, and during the surveys, what I see the most is people are afraid to report to the police because their immigration status or retaliations against their family. And we as a community would take the initiative to do a change, even as a little, with my fellow neighbor team leaders, and with the help of the center and neighborhoods with Amy and Jesse, and for most Egle, that she always there supporting us, walking us, going through to the streets, walking, doing the surveys. And I also want to say a quote: a leader becomes great not because of their power, but because of their ability to empower others, by John Maxwell. And that's what Egle, Jesse, and Amy is doing us, helping us to empower, to get our community, to make a change in our community. And also thank to all of you for listening. And even if it seems gloomy, the situation, we have hope, and all together we can achieve a change. Thank you.
Like you see, the police agree with the results of the survey data. Crime is increasing, break-ins, vandalism, cartel, run activity, increasing homeless after the negative behavior. Major things affecting work. Budget cut, less police officers. They defund the motorcycle unit, and we have less detectives. Not enough staff to effectively respond to calls, poor lighting in alleys and parks, negative media causing lack of trust of police by the community. And now we have our eyes and ears data, which this is a program that we have our leaders walk the community. They do it every week, and then they report what did they see during this week. And when they see, let's say they see standing water, or they see a tree or trash, then we use the Fullerton app. We are teaching our residents to use and report through the Fullerton app, and they can go public works and fix the situation. And if there is something major like graffiti, we call for them to get clean. And this is how we're helping our city. There is, don't have enough staff to be more efficient and giving them the situation that happened in the neighborhood. And like you see, it's the same, the data corroborate what we see in our survey, but they see it all the time is trash and litter in the street and on public and private properties, unsafe and healthy behavior by homeless persons, littering, prostitution, unwanted public behaviors in Richmond Park, graffiti, gang-related, and youth drink alcohol, smoking marijuana in public spaces. Okay, now that we share this data, these leaders, they went and they shared this data with the police department, with the police chief and police, and now they're gonna go with the police advisory board at the Fullerton School District during the Champions for Learning. And now they're gonna go to the public works and city council, because this is, you know, the stakeholders that we wanna reach for create this change. Help is needed by Fullerton Collaborative. Please help us to advocate for safer communities and city council meetings. Use Richmond Park for more events and activities for children and families. Help the community organize a campaign about safe communities. Work with us to reduce aggressive behaviors and substance misuse, especially at Richmond Park. Work with us to reduce vandalism, graffiti, trash, littering. Help to campaign to elect city council members who was the community safety is a priority, especially in South Fullerton. And then there is other ideas for you. I would like to share a testimonial from one of our leaders. Her name is Sonia Garcia. Sonia Garcia, she's a homeowner. And when we went to tell her about what was happening in the neighborhood, she did not believe it. She thought it was, you know, we were exaggerated because she never see that. And she lived across the street of Richmond Elementary. And of course, her house, you know, the neighborhood, they never have crime in the 17 years that she had living in that area. But suddenly, this past December, they start having a lot of crime. They're having out of theft. Her house was victim twice. You see, they stole all the tools from her husband, and he cannot work. And this happened, and then when she started asking all the neighbors, you know, if they were victim of crime, it was impactful that 11 houses they were victim of death in 3 months. And that showed you that now the neighbor was, you see, they never were impacted, now they're being impacted. And this is happening all over our city. And if we don't do something, it's gonna keep happening. And we're gonna lose control of some neighborhoods. They're gonna turn very dangerous. And we cannot allow that because this is the places when our families can afford. Rents are out of control, people cannot move, and we need your help. All these leaders, this mom, they give their time, and the others, we have 38 leaders, they're always working and bringing even their families because we want to change. And that's why we came to all of you to ask you for help and to give us what ideas, how we can collaborate to make this a successful. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you because we always have faith in the future, and I know all of you gonna help us to achieve it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was such a wealth of information, and we really, really appreciate it. And especially hearing it firsthand from our community members is so important. Debbie and I would like to open the floor up for discussion. So if you ladies might not want to go too far. We would love to have anybody ask any questions or clarification or address how we can help be more supportive as a collaborative. Right now, is there anybody that has any questions for our presenters about any of the information? Yes.
I'm Paulette Chicken. I was wondering if on Love Fullerton Day, if there are projects in the Richmond neighborhood, like painting out graffiti or picking up trash or enhancing, you know, the neighborhood, because there are a lot of different projects happening in city parks, but you can also do things in the neighborhoods themselves. So it was, do you know?
Can you repeat the
So
question?
the question for our Zoomers at home and on Facebook was, are there any service projects for Love Fullerton scheduled specifically for the Richmond neighborhood that could help address some of the concerns that were brought to us today?
Thank you, Diana. My dear Paulette, absolutely. Our team, they love Fullerton every day. You see, because our team adopt Richmond Park, which we clean it every month. And then we are part of the crew that help the police department to get ready the Hope Center. We went to clean the landscape, which we're gonna go later to help the police department to plan. We are engaged, in for graffiti. Now we're gonna have another campaign about mental health that we're gonna support. This team is the team that love Fullerton every day. You see, and we're working so hard. We are very blessed to have 38 leaders. They do this work, and we do it, you see, in parts, and everybody know us. And if you're wondering why we have such a great response, it's because people see us working every day, and they trust us. Yes. She's in very good shape.
I'm gonna run up here so you don't have to repeat.
Okay.
Eglek, thank you. Thank you for the presentation and to the team over here. Wonderful job. One of the best ways that you can help out is to go to city council meetings, especially when it's budget, or they're talking about issues of where they're going to put monies, their priorities. I see these wonderful leaders in the community who bring their children with them to city council, or they try to get somebody to sit with their children. And these meetings are very long, but this is where we can make an impact. I trust you. This is really, really important that we say to the city council, this is enough. We have data. I imagine some of you know if crime is increasing in your neighborhood or you hear about it. We see it, let's say something about it. We need to say it to the decision makers. So thank you.
Thank you, and I would like to ask, yes, you can clap, please, clap. Because we are until sometimes 1 a.m, you see, with the kids with a babysitter. And this team is being in every single session meeting for the budget, for the HARPA money, for redistricting, for anything you name it, we are always supporting our community. And it's these 38 ladies, they earn their love, respect, and trust in the community. And now we want to partner with all of you. And I know that you're gonna be that active partners that are gonna help us to achieve the changes that we wanna get in our neighborhood and for be the model for other neighborhoods. Garnet, you see in the other parts, or our leaders, they are from all over. We have, especially in the Richmond area, but we have a lot of leaders that they live close to Magnolia and Commonwealth. And we even have from Garden area. And there's so much need in our city, but these 38 ladies, they can do a lot, but they cannot do it all. And that's why we came to you for get the help for achieve it. Thank you so much.
Jesse, do we know of anything coming up soon on city council that we could just put out there right now in the next meeting, couple meetings? Okay.
Eglek, do you know of any thing coming up at city council?
Until now, sorry, I need to have to provide that.
I know we have a meeting next week, right? So.
Yes, well, I think they have the meeting already. They're gonna have I think it passed, no? Yes, and of course, public safety, I think they spoke about the fire department. That now is gonna stay with Brea, the chief of, the fire department. We're gonna work in a project, what we really want as a team, we are working for achieve surveillance cameras at the park and the monitors to be at the police department, because that's gonna help a lot. We have so many incidents at the park. People are very fearful to go to the park. And this is not just affect our center, affect the YMCA, the St. Jude Clinic. Then we have Pathways of Hope. And you see, and this is our children, our families, and of course we have Richmond Elementary, the back door that go into the park. And we have sometimes our parents taking care of our students. These ladies are so committed because we are working doing the safety at Nicholas Junior High. In the morning, we have a safety team that welcome the students, and we take care of the park next to, because before there were so individuals that were over there. And now the school is thriving, the children are feeling safe. And this is waking up every day and going to patrol at 7:15 with teenagers. Imagine waking up your kids at 7:30 in the morning. 7:15, we have to be there. They don't want to do it, but you know what? We teach our children that what they're doing is the future of our community, and that's why they do it. And then safety, traffic safety. We're improving traffic safety too in our schools for our children to cross safely. And this is a group of 8 moms that go every day to patrol the school. You see, we can achieve it. We have to just empower our parents, empower our families. We have grandmas coming. We have, even with babies, you see some of them, they cannot take care of the children Pacific Drive, and they bring their chairs and they are in the gate. It's just the way that we talk our community, and we tell them, yes, we can. Just come and help us, and together we make this change. Thank you.
Thank you so much. If we have organizations wanting to reach out to help connect with the support, what is the best contact information?
The best contact information is our center, and we have our wonderful, amazing Amy Santos. Amy, yes, and that's gonna be the point of contact. Is it somebody that raised their hand here?
I have a couple questions.
Yes.
Madam Chairman, do you have members sitting on the small funding committees that are through the city council, where they're meeting and you could ask for money for those in those meetings to get your lighting in your, I mean, things like lighting in the neighborhood, that would really help, because that keeps the criminals away. And the second thing I want to mention is, are you getting any help from outlying communities that are on the edge of your community? Do you get any interaction from those people, either on a school level or in your community? So they won't inherit your problems. Stop it before it starts. We don't want another Ukraine.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, our community, you see, they're working very hard. What we do is, this is a lot of moms, and they are, you see, most of them, they are part of the PTA. They are very, you see, people transporting they trust in different schools. And these are, you see, from different parts of our city. And they come to our Monday meetings that are very successful that we have each Monday, which we inform the community. And we work very close with the neighbors. You see, we have a lot of gated communities, but they have, you see, their monthly meetings, and we talk to them to come and you see, because sometimes when they're in a gated community, they don't know what happened in the other apartment complex. And you know what is very surprisingly, because a lot of people, you see homeowners, you see their gates, they're getting higher, more cameras, more light, and people are more secluded. And that is not a solution. It can be for your family, but not for your community. And we want to encourage people to be more open and to get together and help each other as a neighbor. And because of the light, it was in city council. I don't remember, maybe passed to city council, and it did not pass the proposal to allocate money for lighting. Yes, that is something we can bring back, and you see, and all of us advocate for that too.
You think the fire department would be interested in that? The fire department.
Yeah.
So much.
I think the biggest thing is anytime these measures come up for a vote, it's really important that our community, our whole city, remember all of these communities. And maybe what my community doesn't need in this part of Fullerton, that doesn't mean that I need to stay quiet. We need to think about our city holistically and what this community, like you're saying, the outlying communities. So the biggest thing is us paying attention to the city council agendas and what is going to be discussed. And anytime those issues come up, to make sure that our voice is being heard, because that's the way we really make change. So we will, as a collaborative, promise to look at these issues and every time they come out. And that is a major goal of our collaborative is advocacy within our city. So anytime we need to know when these are coming up to vote, and we can help with the communication and support and get that out to our membership to let them know.
Okay,
So,
thank
yeah,
you, Leanna.
yeah.
And I totally forgot, please save the date, May 4th, Richmond Elementary from 5 to 7. And you're gonna see more our community, the 38 hours, our community leaders are gonna be there presenting to all of you. We're gonna invite the fire department, the police department, and more organizations they are part of this solution to be over there. I would love to see all of you there. And please come and support us. Our leaders, our residents, they work so hard, but we need you to make this change. May 4th, 5 to 7, Richmond Elementary. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Center for Healthy Neighborhoods. It means so much to us to have your voice heard today. So again, if you have, I think Amy put her information on the Facebook and the Zoom chat, and then also Amy's right here for any of our other organizations that would like to speak with her after the meeting. I'm sure she would love to hear any feedback or support you might have for her. Okay, so we're gonna move on in our agenda. Next, we have Mr. Barry Ross from St. Jude Medical Center, and he is gonna be presenting the Medical Ambassador Program. Thank you, Barry.
Thank you. So, the good news is that our rates of COVID have gone significantly down, not only here in California, but in many parts of the country. Well, when COVID first started, the federal government declared an emergency. And there were many things that changed because of the emergency. One of the changes was that individuals who were recipients of the Medi-Cal program did not have to go through redeterminations like every 6 months, and they were considered eligible until the emergency is declared over. So what does that mean? Well, we think the emergency will be declared over soon. And at that point, there will be 2 million people in California that could lose their Medi-Cal benefits if they don't go through a redetermination process. And we know that prior to the pandemic, many people lost their Medi-Cal every 6 months because if they moved or something changed, they didn't fill out the paperwork, they lost their Medi-Cal, which means they have no insurance. And then when they need care, they have to pay for it or they don't get care. So the Department of Healthcare Services is planning for this. And if your organization serves people that have Medi-Cal, I would encourage you to have your organization be a coverage ambassador. All it means is you get on their mailing list. They send you, they'll be sending flyers, social media posts, so that you can educate your community that you serve that they need to provide the information that the county needs so they stay on Medi-Cal. So I'm going to pass out these flyers. These are in English. I don't have the Spanish ones or in other languages yet, but they should be on the website if you enroll. There are many other things that may change with this emergency, and some of the things are being negotiated. For example, providers were able to bill for telehealth services for medical care. So we're trying to advocate that continue. So it's going to be important to be educated about what changes will happen once the emergency is over. We want the emergency to be over, but we don't want to have consequences that are negative on our community, particularly on the vulnerable. Any questions about that? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barry. Very, very important information. Okay, next on our agenda, we are going to move forward with our subcommittee reports. I don't have an order on these, but does anybody want to jump up first? Otherwise, okay, Train, come on up. We have Train Law from Fullerton School District, and she's going to report out on our early childhood subcommittee. So great to see you.
So good to see you. Good afternoon, everyone. So good to see all of you again. I'm so glad to be the one to speak up first in terms of the subcommittee, because recently we just had a meeting, and one of the things we discussed was how do we get out the word about benefits? And so this links with what Barry was talking about. And the other thing that we wanted to do was talk about family meals. So those are two areas that we wanted to share out with our community, and how do we do that? And at the last meeting, Amy Santos was there from the Community for Healthy Neighborhoods. And then today we got to hear from our resident leaders. We got to hear from Mrs. Nunzi as well. And we want you to know that one of the things Mrs. Nunzi said to do was, let's get some events there. And so the Early Childhood Subcommittee is planning to host and sponsor, with the help of the Center for Healthy Neighborhoods, 2 events with our families, and especially our early childhood families, in those 2 areas, in terms of planning healthy meals, family meals, and then the other area is knowing your benefits. So know that those 2 events are coming up, and they will be hosted over at the Center for Healthy Neighborhoods. So, and the other thing I want to let you know is that we are changing the times of our meetings. We were meeting every month as we were starting up the subcommittee again, and now we're going to be changing to about every other month. So our next meeting will be on June 27th. It'll be via Zoom at 3 p.m. And we'd love to have you join us. Please feel free to contact me if you'd like to be part of the subcommittee. Thank you.
Fantastic. Lots of stuff going on. That's amazing. And lots of networking and collaborating with all of our partners. Okay, next we have Christian Esteban from Hoya Scholars, and he's going to be presenting for our Next Gen group.
Thanks so much, Leanna. Hi, everyone. I'm Christian. Hi, everybody on Zoom. Super quick update. Leanna mentioned that I co-chair the Next Gen Youth Empowerment Subcommittee with Bev Berryman. I don't know if Bev is here today.
She's on Zoom.
She's on Zoom. So we get together every other month, and really what we do is we serve as a community forum where leaders of youth serving organizations can get together and just share resources and refer to one another and help to build the capacity of our work together. So if you are the leader of a youth serving organization, we would love for you to be able to come out. That's going to be, our next meeting will be Tuesday, June 7th. I want to say the first Tuesday in June. And I think we're going to be meeting over Zoom, but keep an eye out for any updates on that. Come find me after the meeting if you're not already on our email list, and I'll be happy to add you on there. And I think that's about it. For those Next Gen members who did give us resources at our last meeting last week, I believe those are going to be sent out to all the Fullerton Collaborative General members, and that's going to be through our newsletter, which might be going out this week, or yes, I think this week. Awesome, thank you, Debbie. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks, everyone.
Fantastic. Thank you, Christian. Okay, Jason, I saw you here. Do you have an update for us?
Do you have to go over there?
I mean,
No,
yeah. We would love to have you live on Facebook camera.
Just kind of a small one, with some opportunities.
So this is Jason Phillips representing our homeless subcommittee.
So I think most of you guys have heard about Hope Center, which we're looking for a collaboration with the police and then service providers up over by the YMCA in St. Jude. So it looks like funding and all that is going forward. There's also some opportunities that we want to start getting together for some advocacy around some housing opportunities, and also funding for, I don't want to say too much. But there are some advocacy opportunities, and also looking for anyone who would, in homelessness, who would like to help in the leadership of the subcommittee. So if you're interested, please contact me. But advocacy seems like the biggest thing right now, and then moving into collaboration around outreach with the Hope Center.
Yes, thank you so much, Jason. So please reach out to Jason if you'd like to get involved in that group as it moves forward. We've just been kind of a little bit of a standstill with that group as we wait for the work that's being done with the Hope Center, so we can make sure that all of our efforts are mainstreamed and as effective as possible. Okay, for our last subcommittee is Health and Wellness, and we have Peter Hernandez joining us on Zoom.
Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? So just a quick announcement. As you all may recall, at the beginning of January, we launched our Above and Beyond Move More Eat Healthy challenge that occurred from January until the end of March. And so I just wanted to formally announce the winner for our Above and Beyond Move More Eat Healthy challenge. As you all probably may recall, our focus with this challenge was promoting health and wellness, setting health and wellness goal, but with a special emphasis on mental health, just because of the impact the pandemic has had on the city of Fullerton. And so with that, I did want to announce that our winning school, which will be receiving a $250 gift card to be used towards PE equipment, is Nicholas Junior High. So if we could please give the junior high a round of applause. Nicholas Junior High had a total of 187 individuals that set at least one goal for this challenge. In total, we had 394 goals set from representatives of the junior high school. Looking at Fullerton School District as a whole, we did have 302 individuals that participated in the challenge, with a total of 906 goals set specifically for the Above and Beyond MMEH challenge. Looking at it North Orange County wise, we had over 1,000 individuals that committed at least one goal. So about a third of them came from the city of Fullerton. So I do also want to thank everyone that participated in the challenge. I know it was a new one that we hadn't done in the past. And so it was nice to see that there was such a positive turnout, and everyone was very focused on working collaboratively to make sure that it was a success. So with that, our next Move More Eat Healthy subcommittee meeting will be on Wednesday, April 27th at 9:30 a.m. During this meeting, we plan on having a discussion on Mental Health Month. Just because May is Mental Health Month, we want to have a conversation about that and see different ways that we can work with our resident leaders and our faith-based partners to support different initiatives, again, focused on the mental health piece of health and wellness. So thank you all. And again, thank you all for making the Above and Beyond MMEH Quarterly Challenge such a successful event. Thank you.
Okay, so again, we invite you to attend our subcommittee meetings and groups. It is a way to join the collaborative on the next level and really get with people that are doing the work in your service areas, and just really connect to other people on a deeper level than just these monthly meetings. So with that, we finished everything on our agenda, and I would love to open up the floor for any, yes. Oh, Love Fullerton, okay. Update on Love Fullerton. We did have the, Jay, did you have anything to share for Love Fullerton too?
2 weeks away.
2 weeks away.
Your participation.
Yes, so if you are a community member out there watching, listening, please go to the Love Fullerton website. If you could please spread the word to people in your organizations that we still need volunteers for that day, April 23rd, Saturday. It's an all-day event, and it will be a fantastic way for us to finally all be together in a major citywide event. It's going to be great. If you're a collaborative member, we do still have the ability to add a couple booths. If you're interested, we're up to about 15 right now, but it's free for all collaborative members to have a resource fair booth during the lunch, and it's at Fullerton College. I am in charge of that, so if you're interested in missed the deadline of not last weekend, but the weekend before, please see me after the meeting and I can make sure that you get squeezed in there because we would love to have as many Fullerton collaborative organizations out there. So is that it? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Debbie. It's a team effort here. So with that, we have about 7 minutes for any organizational announcements. I can bring the microphone around and we could let you share. Yes, here we go. This is when I get to do my little dance around the room. Yes.
I'm Stephanie Kristen, and I'm here on behalf of the YMCA, and I put some flyers out. We're doing Healthy Kids Day. We do it every year. It's coming up on April 30th on Saturday, and it's going to be from 10 a.m. to noon, and it's at our YMCA Fullerton campus, and we will be encouraging the healthy lifestyle, getting kids engaged and excited about being active during the summertime. And so it's a free event. So if any of you have kids in your programs that are looking for a fun time and wanting to learn more about living healthy, then please do invite them to come join us on April 30th. Thank you.
Here we go, right here.
Hi, I'm Rob Pierce from the Center for Internships and Community Engagement at Cal State Fullerton. And we are coming up on summer. Can you believe it? The spring semester is nearly over already. So we have a bunch of students that do internships during the summer. So if your organizations host students for internships, then now is the time to get those listed in our system and think about hosting their students and how they can help your organizations. I didn't have my act together quite as soon as I'd like to have, so I wasn't able to put flyers out at the start. So I'm going to camp by the door on the way out, and if anybody's interested, I'd be happy to avail you of a flyer.
Hi, I'm Kelly from All the Arts for All the Kids Foundation. This year we are back summer camp. It just opened up today. We already have lots of spots that are filled. We have lots of scholarships too, so please check that out. We are a beneficiary from the Fullerton Sunset Rotary event. That will be May 21st, AKA the Hoedown. Those of you that are like old Fullerton people, it's no longer called the Hoedown, but it's with the Fullerton Museum Center and All the Arts for All the Kids are the beneficiaries. So those tickets are for sale. And then we are having the block party silent auction. We're not doing the big, huge auction. We're kind of doing it in between. That will be May 13th. I put the flyer on the Zoom, which I'm assuming will go public. We're doing it Casa Bonita, downtown Fullerton. That'll be May 13th. That event is free. All the auctions will be on a bid form, and all those proceeds will go to arts education. So we hope to see you at something.
Yes.
Hello everyone, I'm Rosario from Hope Builders. This upcoming Tuesday, April 19th, we will be having our preview night for our construction training program. It'll be at 5:30 in Santa Ana off of Poinsettia, if you know where that is. That's where we have our construction training warehouse. It's completely free for anyone that wants to come in and learn more about our program, take a tour of our warehouse, meet our instructor, some trainees, have some food, and if you're interested in applying, know someone that may be interested in pursuing free career training, then we invite you all to come. If you want more information, then feel free to let me know. I passed out some of my cards there as well, so I could send you the Google form to RSVP. We'd love to have you guys there just to learn more about our program, as well as if you know anyone that may benefit from learning more about our program, to join us as well.
Any more we need to squeeze in? No? Debbie?
I just want to remind everybody, if you did not already sign in, please do so on the way out. Sign out, no. And then also, if you want to join as a member, we are still taking members, and we would love to have you. And there are opportunities for you to join as an individual and also as an organization. Those can be found on our website. So there is the little business card. You can grab one of those, scan it, and join us and become a member and get wonderful benefits. We will be able to share the PowerPoint, but we need to have you join us, and then we can send that information out to the members.
And correct me if I'm wrong, if they join now, they get the rest of this year for free.
That's correct. If they're a
Yes.
new member.
If you're a new member.
You didn't forget to pay.
So help us grow our membership, suggest, invite, bring somebody to the meeting next month. All these big changes like we're talking about, it only happens if we're all working together, and the more of us working together, the more impact we can have together. So on that note, we will see you back here in a month for our next meeting in May, and we hope you all have an amazing rest of your April and Easter holiday, and we're so pleased to see you today, and have a great evening. Thank you so much, everybody.
Yes.